Let's take a look at zooming on a TI-89 calculator. First one we'll take a look at is y is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 6. Now this is assuming you know how to graph on these, and if you don't know how to graph, you should go watch a graphing video first. So press our diamond F1 to go to y equals, and now I'm putting my x squared. So I do my x, and then caret 2 minus 5x plus 6, and press enter. Then that puts it right there. Now to graph, we're going to do our diamond F3. And when you get this graph right here. Now you see it goes down a little bit below the x-axis. And we're wondering, okay, what's happening there exactly? Well, you see it tells you up there, it says F2 for zoom. So if we do F2, we're going to take a look at zoom in. So I'm going to press 2 for zoom in, the number's in front of it. Now it's asking us for the new center. So I'm going to move my cursor over, maybe about right there. And when I press enter, it's going to zoom in based upon that cursor. So that'll be my new center. So now if I press enter, then it's zoomed in right there. Now on the old TI calculators, you could press enter one more time and then zoom in by another factor. But you don't see it zooming in on this, do you? So it's a little bit different on that regard. Now if I want to set it back to my standard viewing window, if I press F2, then we want zoom standard, which is your 6th one. And you can very quickly choose it by pressing the 6 as numbers in front of it. And we get back to standard viewing window. Well, let's take a look at another zoom. I'm going to press F2 again to bring up the zoom menu. And I want to choose zoom box, the first one. So I'll just go ahead and press enter on it. Now it's asking us for first corner. I'm going to put my cursor about right here. This is going to be the upper left-hand corner of our box. And if I press enter one time, it changes from my cursor to a flashing box. And if I do my down arrow key, and you can just hold down, like I'm going to hold down the right arrow key, and it'll automatically go over like that. Very quick way to do that. And you move it to where you want your lower right-hand corner of your box to be. If you go too far, you can press your left arrow key to go back, or you can do your down arrow key to make it bigger, up arrow key, so forth. Once you get it to where you want, then you press your enter, and it'll zoom in just based upon where you drew the box. So if I do enter there, it'll show that. Very, very nice feature. Gives you total control on zooming, which is what I like. And now if I wanted to set it back, I could do F2 for zoom and choose zoom standard. Now I'm assuming the TI-89 is this way, but on normal TI-3, TI-4 calculators, it'll stay zoomed out however you choose for every problem you do from then on. So to set it back to your standard viewing window, you have to choose zoom Z standard. Now our second one is y is equal to x squared minus 400. So let's look at that, and let's test that idea I just said. Let me do F2, and I'm going to choose zoom in. So choose F2 and come over here. Press enter. Okay, so that's what we got. Okay, now let me enter this one in. So do diamond F1, go to y equals, up arrow, highlight it, press clear, and then I'll do x squared, so x caret 2 minus 400, and press enter. And now let's look at the graph. We'll do diamond F3 for the graph. Notice, this is the same viewing window I had before. That's why I say it'll stay that way until you set it back. So you need to get used to doing F2 and choosing zoom standard, number 6. Okay, we got an issue. We don't see our graph anywhere on the screen. Well, if I do F2, we're going to take a look at zoom out. So I choose 3. And again, it's waiting for me to position my cursor where I want to zoom out at. And the center is fine there, the origin. So I just go ahead and press enter. and then it zooms out. And even nicer, it doesn't do this on a TI-3, TI-4, it automatically changes your tick marks. Now at this point I could do a different zoom. If I choose F2, I could choose zoom box. And I'll move my cursor over here. Maybe all I'm concerned with is I'm trying to find the x-intercepts. That's going to be my upper left-hand corner of my box, so I'll press enter one time. And I'll do a down arrow, and I'm going to press my right arrow key, and I'll hold it down. You notice it says busy in the lower right-hand corner. While it's saying busy, you shouldn't be doing anything else. You should wait till it comes back. So it's saying busy because I'm holding it down. Okay, that pretty well covers it. And now if I press enter, see it's still saying busy. Comes back, and I can see a little bit clearer. So then I can possibly find out what these x-intercepts are. We know they're negative 20 and 20 if you know algebra. Negative 10, negative 15, negative 10, negative 5, 0. Okay. Anyway, set it back to your standard viewing window again. We choose our zoom, F2, and I'll choose zoom standard, number 6. My goal here is not to show you every zooming technique known on the calculator. I'm showing you the ones that are most useful, in my opinion, in college algebra. Now, there's another way to set change the window view. You see the window here? If I do diamond F2, that'll go to my window settings. And I can set this as negative 20, enter, 20, enter, and let me put this by 5s. So do 5, enter. Now if I go to my graph, I do diamond F3. This leftmost tick mark is negative 20. This rightmost is positive 20. And it goes by 5s. So that's negative 20, negative 15, negative 10, negative 5, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. There's a little bit of a danger with that. If I do diamond F2, assuming the TI-89 doesn't check it, I don't think it does. You can put 30 in here and press enter. You can't have your x min greater than your x max. Now if I do a graph, if I do diamond F3, I get window variables domain and escape to cancel. So press escape. And it looks like, well, it came back, but I don't see no graph. Well, it won't. It's not fixed. If I go back to my diamond F2, you'll see it still remained what it was. And if I go to try to graph anything else, I do diamond F3, I'm going to keep getting that error. No matter how simple a graph is you put in there, you'll keep getting that error. To fix it, you do F2 for zoom, and you choose zoom standard 6. Now zoom standard fixes all of any zooming issues that might come up, or fixes any window settings that might come up. So it's kind of a universal one to fix any kind of graphing problems you have in that regard. And don't forget to exit out. It seems like I forgot. Home. You press home, and that takes you back. And that's zooming on a TI-89 calculator.